Hello, today we continue to discuss about how to store robot car data to MySQL server. We are going to control robots by IoT technology, and we already discussed there are many of ways to control robot car. So right now we continue to discuss how to store robot car data to MySQL server. Let's we start. Okay. Uh, we have a local error network data flow charts like this. So according to the design, robot Raspberry Pi yeah, applies at a web server, and it also have MySQL inside MySQL database. And in this local area network, we also can set any local computer become a local web server, so that all the data from robot car will send to computer, and this computer lies like a web server and save, and it also save data into my SQL server. And EP32, if we connect with Raspberry Pi, so it cannot connect to another server. But if we set a local server from here, I'm sorry, because in local area network, um, this is internet network, so any computer can become a database server, because data from ESP32 and is sent to any other computer here, and this computer have a web server running inside. We call this application uh, XAMPP, yeah, Apache server. So Apache web server, we run Apache and MySQL in local PC. We can save data. Let me open database, localhost, and ESP myadmin. We can see, according to me, I create two database: robot data main and another robot status. And all the data of robot will send to MySQL local PC. We do the same thing with Raspberry Pi. So that in local PC we can go to local host robot web, and we go to robot data. Okay, we can read on the data from MySQL server. So from here, you also can copy data or export to Excel or export to PDF. Example, I export to Excel, and I can read data from robot. You see, so we can see the date times and the status of robots, motor speed, control voltage, and GPS, IP address, everything from here. That is, we are talking about local network. Let me continue this. We are talking about local network. At that time, I use my PC with MQTT connection, or we can use WebSocket protocol, and would also store data in a local PC. It continues. Um, with your Windows PC, you can run XAMPP, or Linux. You can run this application to make your computer become a local web server. I also write a code in robot web. Let me see from here. Yeah, the folder address here. This is the place for robot web. in XAMPP web server, what we do, we have written one automatic update data of update data to robot web. It's on PSP. So on the data robot web will send from web page to MySQL by AJAX, jQuery AJAX, and with add database to PSP port method. So we are going to another slide. So we already understand that SQL can store on data. Normally, ESP32 can send data directly to MySQL. However, because the resources of ESP32 is limited, so we cannot write too much program for this. So because ESP32 is using for control car and access sending data to web server and control reading remotes, everything. So it is to overload for the PPI. If we put the MySQL data for it, it's not enough space and the resources is not. You see, the program is um, it take around 95% is resources memory of program memory of ESP32 already. So we cannot write MySQL update database here. So we use the computer. I write one application, MySQL enable database here. So it will update data to like the local host. MySQL log.php. Yeah, MySQL log. Let me check again. Yeah, MySQL log enable PHP. Yeah, example, I'm running on web on internet. I will tell you later. I'm running, I try to open local and we can see here. It is the, I am setting MQTT connections on data will send to MQTT. I open CMD, runs Node-RED. This because I run MQTT broker in Node-RED. So that's why I need to open Node-RED. So after that, in connect successful, MQTT connect successful. So when we connect this, and data will come here, and automatic update every minute is send data to MySQL. So we already finished talking about a local area network. Update MySQL. So how to send data to MySQL server over internet. So we have a web host here. Web host I use web host from Infinity. See, that's infinityfree.com. So we are using free website hosting. So I have the Waikato Robotka greatsite.net. In here you have many things like web server. We have MySQL database. We click database and we can see we have one database in here. We have database here. We are talking about this on web host. We have one database for a robot database, and ESP32 will send data to broker. And if we open any pieces and open the web page open this web page, then data will send to my SQL. Open Waikato website and open display. And in display, data will receive from EP32 in up every 1 minute. If robot is running, and data will automatic update to my SQL server. So we can monitor data from MySQL, like this is a local host, and I open on internet, uh, Waikato. Yeah, I continue again. Waikato robot data. So we can read and monitoring data from robot from MySQL server. See, we have, let me see how much, 30 data, 30 minutes. Every 1 minute we have one data coming in here. So I will write the details. I'll get my SQL here. We already finished the course about how to update my SQL database to of robotcat to database and store robotcat data. Thank you very much for your watching. On the code, I will share this to my GitHub, so you can download it to read it.